I know you're tired. I know you've been grinding day after day, pouring everything you have into your dreams, and you're asking yourself, when will I see results? Is all this sacrifice even worth it? You look around and everyone seems to be moving forward while you feel stuck in the same place. Your friends are getting promotions. Your peers are launching successful businesses. People you went to school with are buying houses, traveling the world, living the life you thought you'd be living by now, and here you are still fighting, still struggling, still wondering if you're even on the right path. The doubt creeps in. It starts small, like a whisper in the back of your mind. But day by day, it gets louder. Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you don't have what it takes. Maybe you should just accept that this dream isn't meant for you. But today, I'm going to show you exactly why you're closer to your breakthrough than you think. I'm going to reveal the one principle that separates those who make it from those who give up right before their miracle happens. I'm going to share with you the scientific truth about why most people quit at 99 degrees when they're just 1 degree away from boiling. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why every single day you've struggled, every tear you've cried, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, all of it has been building towards something extraordinary that's about to unfold in your life. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could be the turning point you've been desperately seeking. This isn't just motivation. This is the truth about how greatness is actually built. Let me tell you something that doubt doesn't want you to know. That voice whispering in your ear, telling you to quit, telling you that maybe this isn't for you. It's lying. It's a liar, and I can prove it. Every single step you take, every drop of sweat, every time you pick yourself up after falling, every morning you wake up and choose to try again despite yesterday's disappointment, you're building something monumental, something you just can't see yet. And the reason you can't see it isn't because it's not there. It's because you're looking for the wrong evidence. Think about a sculptor standing before a massive block of marble. Picture Michelangelo in front of what would become David. In the beginning, his strikes seem clumsy, almost senseless. For days, even weeks, all you see is dust and chunks of stone falling to the ground. There's no shape, no beauty, no indication that anything meaningful is happening. To an untrained eye, it looks like a mess, like destruction, like wasted effort. People walking by would see a man hitting a rock and think he's crazy. "What's the point?" they'd ask. "It's just a block of stone. You're making a mess. Why don't you give up and do something practical?" But the sculptor, he sees beyond. He sees what others cannot. He knows that every single strike, no matter how small, no matter how insignificant it might appear, is removing what doesn't belong to reveal the masterpiece hidden within. He's not destroying the marble. He's liberating the sculpture that was always there, waiting to be revealed. You are that sculptor, and your life, your dreams, your goals, they are that block of marble. Every day you show up with consistency. You're delivering another strike. Maybe today you don't see the shape of the statue. Maybe tomorrow you won't either. Maybe next week it'll still look like a mess. But you're removing the excess, you're polishing the edges, you're forging the character and resilience you need to sustain the greatness that's waiting for you. And here's what most people don't understand. The masterpiece isn't just what you'll achieve. It's who you're becoming in the process. Let me share something profound with you. Nature is never in a hurry, yet everything gets accomplished. Think about that for a moment. A seed doesn't become a giant oak tree overnight. It doesn't even become a tree in a month or a year. That seed spends time underground in complete darkness, struggling to break through the surface. Nobody applauds those initial efforts. There are no spectators cheering for the seed. Nobody sees the roots gripping firmly into the earth, desperately searching for water and nutrients, extending inch by inch into the soil. Nobody knows about the internal transformation happening, where the seed is literally dying to itself to become something greater. Only when that first green shoot emerges does the world begin to notice. Only then do people say, "Oh, look, something's growing there." But the real work, the hardest work, the most crucial transformation, It was done in silence, in darkness, with unwavering consistency that no one witnessed. Your time in the darkness, that's not punishment. That's not evidence that you're failing. That's your training ground. That's where you become stronger. That's where you develop the root system deep enough to support the height you're going to reach. That's where you learn the lessons that success could never teach you. Because here's the truth. Success is a terrible teacher. It seduces you into thinking you can't lose. It makes you overconfident. It doesn't build character. It reveals it. But failure, waiting, the lack of visible results, the dark nights of the soul where you question everything, those are your true mentors. They teach you humility, patience, and a strength that nothing and no one can ever take away from you. Think about the strongest trees. They're not the ones that grew in perfect conditions with abundant water and no wind. They're the ones that faced storms, the ones that had to dig their roots deeper to find water during droughts, the ones that were bent by the wind but refused to break. The struggle made them resilient. The difficulty made them unshakable. You're in the soil right now growing. Roots that will one day support a legacy. Listen, if what I'm sharing right now is resonating with you, if you're feeling something stirring inside you, if part of you is saying, I needed to hear this today, then I need you to do something for me right now. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. I'm creating content every single week, designed to fuel your perseverance, to remind you of your power, to give you the mental ammunition you need, to keep fighting when everything in you wants to quit. Don't miss it. Drop a like on this video if you've ever felt stuck, despite giving your all. If you've ever wondered if you're wasting your time, if you've ever felt like you're the only one still struggling while everyone else has it figured out. That like tells me you're here, you're fighting, and you're not alone. And here's what I really want to know. Leave a comment telling me where you are in your journey right now. Are you in that dark place, fighting to break through? Are you at 99 degrees, ready to quit just before the boiling point? Have you been consistent for months, years even, without seeing the results you expected? Share your story because your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to keep going one more day. We're building a community of persistent warriors here, people who refuse to quit, who understand that the struggle is part of the story. And I want you to be part of it. Your comment might save someone's dream today. Drop it below right now. Now let me share with you the most important truth about consistency and why you absolutely cannot give up now. This is where everything comes together. Think about the greatest athletes in the world. When you watch the Olympics, when you see someone standing on that podium with a gold medal around their neck, tears streaming down their face as their national anthem plays, what do you see? You see the glory, the triumph, the moment of victory. But let me tell you, what you don't see. You don't see the 5 a.m. wake-up calls when their body was screaming for more sleep. You don't see them training in the freezing cold when everyone else was warm in their beds. You don't see the muscle pain that made every movement agony. You don't see the strict diets, saying no to birthday cake, to nights out with friends, to every temptation that normal people indulge in without a second thought. You don't see the parties they didn't attend because they had early morning training. You don't see the relationships that suffered because their commitment to their craft came first. You don't see the hours of sleep they sacrificed, the family events they missed, the normal life they gave up in pursuit of excellence. You don't see the thousands, literally thousands, of missed shots before they made the game-winning basket. You don't see the races they lost, the competitions where they didn't even place, the moments where they performed their absolute best, and it still wasn't good enough. You don't see them crying alone in their room, wondering if they're wasting their life. You don't see them injured, unable to train, terrified that this setback will end their career. You don't see them watching younger competitors rise up, wondering if their time has passed. Their victory wasn't forged on the podium. It was forged in the monotony of daily practice, in consistency when nobody was watching, in choosing discipline over comfort 10,000 times when no one would have blamed them for choosing comfort. Do you think they never doubted? Do you think there weren't days, maybe weeks or months when they wanted to quit, when the pain seemed pointless, when the sacrifice seemed too great, when they looked at their friends living normal, easy lives and thought, "What am I doing? Why am I putting myself through this?" Of course there were. They're human, just like you, but here's the difference between them and everyone else who started with the same dream. Their commitment to the process was greater than their discouragement in the moment. They understood something crucial, something that changes everything when you truly grasp it. Results are not linear. Let me say that again because this is critical. Results are not linear. Progress doesn't happen in a straight line going up. It happens in waves. There are plateaus where you're working just as hard but seeing no improvement. There are setbacks where you actually get worse before you get better. There are moments when it feels like all your effort is going down the drain, like you're moving backwards instead of forwards. But it's an illusion. It's like trying to boil water. Stay with me because this analogy is going to change how you see your entire journey. You put a pot of water on the fire. You turn up the heat. At 10 degrees Celsius, it's water. At 30 degrees, still water. At 50 degrees, it's getting warm, but it's still water. At 70 degrees, it's hot water, but it's still fundamentally the same, liquid water. At 90 degrees, you're getting close, but it's still water. At 95 degrees, still water. At 99 degrees, just 1 degree away from transformation, it's still water. Someone looking at that pot might say, "Nothing's happening. You've been applying heat for all this time and nothing's changed. It's still just water. This isn't working. You should give up." But you keep the heat on. And then, at 100 degrees, everything changes. In an instant, it transforms into steam. 1 single degree, just one, made the difference between liquid and gas, between staying the same and complete transformation. Now here's the question. Was all the heat you applied from 0 to 99 degrees wasted? Was it pointless because you couldn't see the transformation happening? Absolutely not. Every single degree was necessary. The water at 99 degrees was fundamentally different at a molecular level than the water at 10 degrees, even if it looked the same to the naked eye. The molecules were moving faster, containing more energy, preparing for the phase transition. All that heat was doing exactly what it needed to do. It just wasn't visible yet. You are applying heat to your dreams right now. Every day you show up, every day you do the work, every day you choose consistency over comfort. You're adding heat. You're adding energy to your system. And here's what you need to understand. You might be at 99 degrees right now and not even know it. You might be 1 degree, one day, one more attempt away from your breakthrough, from the transformation that changes everything. Quitting now would be like turning off the fire right before the water boils. Can you imagine? After applying all that heat, after coming so far, to turn it off when you're 1 degree away from seeing everything change? That would be the greatest tragedy. But this is exactly what most people do. They quit at 95 degrees. They quit at 98 degrees. Some even quit at 99 degrees. 1 degree away from their miracle because they can't see that the transformation is imminent. They say, "I've been trying for so long and nothing's changed. This isn't working. I should try something else." And they turn off the heat, never knowing how close they were. Don't be that person. Stop measuring your daily progress by external results alone. Stop looking for the transformation every single day. Start measuring your progress by your consistency. Start measuring it by your commitment to the process. Ask yourself every night, did I do what I needed to do today? Did I add heat to my dreams? Did I take one more step, even if it was small? Did I show up even when I didn't feel like it? If the answer is yes, then you've won. Today you've been successful because success isn't a destination. It's not the moment the water turns to steam. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day after day. Success is being the person who keeps the heat on even when you can't see the change yet. The universe rewards consistency, not talent, not luck, not connections. Consistency. When you stay firm in your purpose, when you refuse to quit, when you keep showing up, even when you can't see progress, things start moving in your favor in ways you can't predict or control. Opportunities you didn't see before suddenly appear. The right people come into your life at exactly the right time. Solutions to problems that seemed insurmountable manifest themselves. Doors that were locked suddenly swing open. Resources you needed become available. Ideas you've been searching for drop into your mind out of nowhere. But none of this happens if you stop. None of this happens if you turn off the heat at 99 degrees. You must keep walking, even blindly, even when you can't see the path ahead, trusting that it will appear beneath your feet. Trusting that all this heat you've been applying is doing exactly what it needs to do. Impatience is the poison of great achievements. Let's talk about this because it's killing more dreams than failure ever could. We want everything now. We live in a culture of instant gratification. We can get food delivered in 30 minutes. We can watch any movie instantly. We can communicate with anyone anywhere in the world in seconds. We've been conditioned to expect immediate results. But the things that are truly worthwhile, the things that endure, the things that fill us with deep pride and genuine fulfillment, they require time. They require patience. They require an unwavering faith in the process, even when the process seems to be moving at a glacial pace. Here's what I need you to do. Embrace the monotony. I know that's not what you want to hear. You want me to give you some hack, some shortcut, some secret that makes everything happen faster. But there isn't one. Fall in love with the routine. Find beauty in discipline. Find satisfaction in the simple act of showing up every single day and doing the work, even when it feels boring, even when it feels pointless, even when you'd rather be doing literally anything else. Because it's in those moments, the moments when you don't feel motivated, but you act anyway. That's where true greatness is built. That's where champions are forged. That's where you become the person capable of handling the success you're pursuing. Let me explain something crucial about motivation versus discipline, because understanding this will change your entire approach. Motivation is a feeling. It's emotional. It comes and goes like the weather. Some days you wake up fired up, ready to conquer the world. Other days you wake up feeling like you've been hit by a truck, questioning every life choice that brought you to this point. That's motivation. Unreliable, unpredictable, temporary. Discipline is a choice. It's a decision you make regardless of how you feel. It's telling your body and your mind, I know you don't feel like it right now. I know you're tired. I know you'd rather stay in bed, watch TV, scroll through social media, do anything other than this. But we made a commitment and we're going to honor it anyway. Discipline is keeping the promise you made to yourself when no one else would know if you broke it. Discipline is doing another rep when your muscles are screaming at you to stop. It's writing another page when your mind feels blank. It's making another call when you've heard no 20 times in a row. It's studying when your friends are out having fun. It's saving money when you see something you really want to buy. Discipline is choosing your future over your present comfort, over and over again, until it becomes who you are. And here's the beautiful secret about discipline. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes. Your brain actually rewires itself. The neural pathways associated with discipline get stronger, while the ones associated with instant gratification get weaker. You're literally changing your brain structure with every discipline choice you make. Look back at your own past for a moment. Think about something you've accomplished that you're genuinely proud of. It could be anything: learning to walk, learning to read, learning to ride a bike, mastering a skill, getting a degree, building a relationship, overcoming an addiction. Did you get it on the first try? Did it come easily? No, you fell, you made mistakes, you got frustrated. Maybe you cried, maybe you wanted to give up. Maybe you did give up for a while, but then you came back. Why? What made you keep going? Because there was an inherent trust, a fundamental belief that you could do it. You had faith that if you kept trying, eventually you'd succeed. Somewhere along the way, many of us lost that childlike confidence. We became afraid of failure. We started listening to doubt. We let past disappointments convince us that we're not capable. I need you to recover that childlike confidence, that innocent belief that if you just keep trying, if you just keep showing up, eventually you'll figure it out. Eventually you'll break through. Because you will. That's not empty optimism. That's how learning works. That's how mastery develops. That's how every single skill and achievement in human history has been accomplished. Let me share something with you that I want you to write down, tattoo on your brain, repeat to yourself every time you want to quit. The pain of discipline weighs pounds, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Read that again. Let it sink in. Every time you choose discipline, yes, it's uncomfortable, it's hard, it takes effort. That pain might weigh a few pounds, it's real, it's present, but it's manageable. But imagine reaching the end of your life and asking yourself, what would have happened if I hadn't given up? What would have happened if I had been consistent one more month, one more year? Who would I have become? What would I have achieved? How would my life have been different? That thought, that regret, it weighs tons. It's unbearable. It's the heaviest burden a human being can carry. I've talked to people in their 60s, 70s, 80s who are still haunted by the dreams they abandoned decades ago. They tell me about the business they almost started, the book they almost wrote, the relationship they almost fought for, the talent they almost developed, and you can see the pain in their eyes, the knowledge that they'll never know what could have been. Don't be that person. Don't carry that weight. The temporary discomfort of discipline is nothing compared to the permanent ache of regret. So, lift your head. Right now, dry your tears if you need to. Take a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. You're alive. You still have time. Your story isn't over. The road ahead is long, I won't lie to you about that. It's often lonely. There will be stretches where you feel like you're the only one still fighting, the only one who hasn't figured it out yet. But you are not alone. Everyone who has achieved something significant has walked this same path of doubt and perseverance. Every single person you admire, every success story you've heard, every person who made it, they all had moments exactly like the one you're in right now. Moments where they wanted to quit. Moments where they questioned everything. The only difference is they didn't stop. They kept going, and that's what you're going to do too. But I need to address something that's probably eating at you right now. Comparison. You're comparing yourself to others. How could you not? We live in a world where everyone broadcasts their highlight reel. You see their success, their achievements, their breakthroughs. You see them getting results while you're still struggling. And it kills you a little bit, doesn't it? It makes you feel like you're falling behind, like you're not good enough, like maybe you're just not cut out for this. Stop. Right now. Stop doing that to yourself. Don't compare yourself to others. Their path is not yours. Their timeline is not yours. Their struggles, advantages, circumstances, resources, connections, none of it is the same as yours. You know what story you never see on social media? The 10 years of failure that came before the overnight success. The privileged background that gave them a head start. The mental breakdown they had last month. The advantages they had that you don't. The luck that played a role that they'll never admit. Comparison is a thief. It steals your joy, your peace, your confidence, and your focus. It takes your eyes off your own path and puts them on someone else's journey, which helps absolutely no one. Here's what I want you to do instead. Compare your today self with your yesterday self. That's it. That's the only comparison that matters. Are you better than you were yesterday? Have you improved by 1%? Have you learned something new? Have you been a little braver, a little more disciplined, a little more consistent? Have you taken one step forward, even if it was tiny? If yes, then you're winning. You're winning the only race that actually matters, the race against yourself, the race to become the best version of who you can be. Because here's the truth. You're not competing with anyone else. You're not trying to be better than them. You're trying to be better than the person you were yesterday. That's the game. That's the whole game. Every rejection you face, it's a redirection. It's life saying, not that way. There's something better for you. Every failure is a lesson showing you what doesn't work so you can find what does. Every day without visible results is a day of strengthening your roots, building your foundation, developing the character you'll need to sustain your success when it comes. Trust the process. Trust your effort. And above all, trust yourself. The world needs your gift. Think about that for a second. The world, with all its problems, all its challenges, all its pain, needs exactly what you have to offer, your unique perspective, your specific talents, your particular combination of skills and experiences, your voice, your vision. There's someone out there right now who needs it. There's someone who can only be helped by you. There's a problem that only you can solve. There's a contribution that only you can make, but you can't make it if you quit. Your masterpiece is waiting to be revealed. Remember the sculptor and the marble. Every day you show up, you're removing another piece of stone. The masterpiece is already there, inside you. It's always been there. You're not creating it from nothing. You're revealing it through consistent effort. Be consistent, not because success is guaranteed. Life doesn't work that way. There are no guarantees. You might fail. You might have to pivot. You might discover that the specific thing you thought you wanted isn't actually what you need. But be consistent. Anyway, because in the consistency itself, in the daily choice to show up and do the work, you're already becoming the person you want to be. You're already building the character, the resilience, the strength that will serve you for the rest of your life, regardless of whether this particular dream works out exactly as you planned. The person you become through persistence is worth more than any achievement. The version of you that doesn't quit, that keeps going when it's hard, that chooses discipline over comfort, that believes in yourself when no one else does. That person can accomplish anything. That person is unstoppable, and you're becoming that person right now, in this moment. With every word of this video you've watched, with every time you've nodded along, with every tear you've cried while listening, with every spark of determination you've felt, you're changing, you're transforming, you're at 99 degrees. I can feel it. Keep the heat on. Here's what I know for certain. You didn't find this video by accident. You didn't watch this far because you have nothing else to do. You're here because something inside you is telling you not to give up. You're here because your dream isn't dead. It's just being tested. Listen to that voice. It's the voice of your future self, reaching back through time, begging you not to quit. It's the voice of the person you're meant to become, pleading with you to keep going, because they know what's waiting for you on the other side of the struggle. That voice is stronger than the doubt. It's stronger than the fear. It's stronger than the exhaustion. It's the voice of truth, and it's telling you that you're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you need to become. Keep moving forward, not because it's easy, not because you can see the finish line, not because you have all the answers. Keep moving forward, because you're built for this, because you've come too far to turn back now. Because your story isn't finished yet. Your breakthrough is not a matter of if, but when. And when it comes, and it will come, I promise you it will come, you'll look back at this moment, at this exact point in your journey, and you'll thank yourself for not quitting. You'll thank yourself for keeping the heat on at 99 degrees. You'll thank yourself for one more day of consistency when everything in you wanted to stop. The world is waiting for what only you can bring. Don't make them wait forever. Now, I need you to do 3 things right now, not later, not when you're feeling motivated, right now. First, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. I'm putting out content every single week, designed to fuel your perseverance, to remind you of your power, to give you the mental strength you need to keep fighting. You need this in your life consistently, not just when you randomly stumble across a video. Hit that subscribe button and make it official. You're committing to your growth. Second, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. You know who they are. That friend who's struggling, that family member who's about to give up, that colleague who's losing hope. Send it to them right now. You might literally be saving someone's dream with one simple action. You might be the reason someone keeps going one more day, and that one more day might be the day everything changes for them. And third, comment below with one word, just one word, that describes how you're feeling right now after watching this. Are you feeling determined, ready, scared, hopeful, exhausted but committed? Whatever it is, drop that word below. Let's create a wave of accountability and inspiration together. Let's build a community of people who refuse to quit. And if you want to go deeper, tell your story in the comments. Where are you in your journey? What are you fighting for? What's trying to stop you? What's keeping you going? Your story matters. Your struggle matters. And someone reading your words might find the strength they need to keep going. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching until the end. That alone tells me something about your character. You're not a quitter, you're a finisher. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for being willing to do what most people won't. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue building the life you deserve, one consistent day at a time. Remember, you're at 99 degrees. Keep the heat on. Your transformation is imminent. Now go. Keep going. Your masterpiece is emerging. And when you make it, not if, but when, come back to this video and leave a comment telling us about your breakthrough. We'll be here celebrating with you, using your success as proof for the next person who needs to believe. You've got this. Now go prove it.